Kumar Sahu. Please, after 3 minutes, please, to save time.
Good morning all. Today I am presenting decoding tumor heterogeneity in uveal melanoma using whole exome sequencing. So it's a technique which is the most important in this era for the genetic alterations. So as we all know that uveal and cutaneous melanomas are clinically different and they both are arise from the melanocytes, but the biological and they are the genetically distinct tumors. So as already Dr. Kashyap has told about the uveal melanoma, so I'll skip these slides because these are like very common, like uveal melanoma is a malignant intraocular tumor, arises from the choroid. So the incidence rate of is higher in white and than Asians. The main important of this study is to study the genetic differences, whether it is different in whites and in Asians. So these are the histopath high risk factors clinically and pathologically, and these are the H&E slides of histopath high risk factors, which is like extrascleral deposits, ciliary body invasion, TILs, and increased pigmentations. So there are various target therapies which are ongoing in uveal melanoma, but in AIMS we are using nivolumab, which is the PD-1 immunotherapy for uveal melanoma. So coming to the genetics of uveal melanoma, as we all know that GNAQ and GNA11, they are mutually exclusive mutations. It means that they both are they are present, but not both are in the same patients. So maybe one patient has a GNAQ and other patient has the GNA11s, but they are not equally present in same patients. So BAP1 is the most important prognostic mutation in and this often results in the absence of the nuclear BAP1 expression using IHC, in which centers don't have the facility of exome sequencing. So we know that whole exome sequencing mainly sequence the protein coding region which might cause or affect the disease. So these mutations, such as loss of function mutation in BAP1, they are strongly associated with the poor prognosis and metastatic risk. So genetic profiling from whole exome sequencing provide data to design and enroll the patient in the clinical trial, targeting specific mutation or the pathway which are associated with these genes. So these are the very few literature on whole exome sequencing in Indian patient, but nobody has done the whole exome for the more number of the patients. So the objective of this study is to perform the whole exome sequencing to unveil the molecular spectrum of the somatic variations in Indian population, as we are only showing the mutation in the tissue samples. So that's why we are showing the somatic variations. So this is the methodology in which we have taken the tissue samples. Number of the patients was like 56. We have isolated the DNA, making the library, and then the exome enrichment to amplify our gene mutations, and then we go for the Illumina for the sequencer. And then we analyze our mutations in secondary and the tertiary analysis. So these are the clinical details of all the 56 patients in which the thickness was higher in 49 cases, scleral invasion was found in 24 cases, increased pigmentation was found in 37 cases out of 56, metastasis was found in 11 cases. So coming to the type of variation, as I have already told you that the GNAQ and GNA11, they are mutually inclusive. Mutations, so GNA11 was found in 38% and GNA11 was found in 62% of the cases. So pathogenic variation which are important for any disease, we found in 4% of the cases in uveal melanoma. So these are the important genes which we found in our cases. So the total pathogenic variation and the most different mutation apart from the BAP1, SF3B1, E1, F1, AX, and the GNAQ and G11, there are the various genes which are mutated in our cases, and they are pathogenic, means they are causing some disease effect in these uveal melanoma patients. So the most frequent pathogenic variation was ITP-KB, HNF1A, POL mutation, and RAD50 mutation, which are different from the Western countries, which they have showed in their literature. So these are the heat maps of these mutation in which we found the RAD50, KM2C, GNAQ mutation, HNF1A mutations. So these mutations are found in number of the patients, in which the most important one is the BAP1 we found in 13 cases, SF3B1 we found in 29 cases, KMT2C we found in 31 cases out of 56 cases. So if we'll go with the BAP1 and GNAQ, we found BAP1 in 12 cases, which is 22.64. GNA11 was found in 37. And when we compare the BAP1 mutation and the GNAQ, we found in 5% of the cases. And GNA11 with BAP1, we found in 15% of the cases. And in the literature, it is shown that GNA11 are more aggressive cases. So these cases were more important for the next, they are having the high metastatic potentials. So these are the numbers of the cases in which we found our gene mutations. Similarly, we found these variation at different chromosomes. We found at chromosome 3, which is important for uveal melanoma, ATR, BAP1 and BAP1 ATR in one cases. We found more variations in chromosome 2 also, chromosome 9, chromosome 7. We found the most important KMT2C in chromosome 7. So these are the molecular pathway which are associated with the pathogenic variation, which is the most important pathway is the angiogenesis, hypoxia activation, as ma'am already shown about the hypoxia related genes in and the inflammatory pathways. So the future aspects of these studies, like there is need for more extensive studies, research focusing on the Indian population to validate these findings along with the functional validation and explore the population-specific genetic markers. And thank you. Yes, sir. No problem. Thank you, sir.